Hi folks, in this video I'd like to talk about or demonstrate how to update the team carousel. This is used in the About page. You could use it pretty much wherever you want though, but in this particular carousel, so we have the owl carousel. It has the images that scroll back and forth, some really cool looking effects when you hover over. But basically with each thumb or image container, we call it a thumb container, or a slide is really what we do call it. But the thing you would need to change is for each team member, the image, right? And then when we hover over, we see that there's a member name and there's a job description. We also have up in the top corner here a link, and down in the bottom corner we have a lightbox button. So if I click this, it will bring the image up in a little window here, and I can sort of scroll through all the images like so. Now, the other things we would update here would be these social icons. We can get rid of them if we don't need them, but we can have up to a maximum of 4 social networks that we can link to right here. We've given you an example or a demonstration of Facebook and Twitter and Yelp and Google+. So you can have those members you can link them to their own individual social networking pages. Okay, now with that said, the important thing I need to remind you about is if a member has their own page, if you want to give them their own page with their own bio and information, you're going to need to create a copy or create that page, and you'll be creating a copy of the About single page. So basically we're going to, for each member that you want to give them their own page, you'll copy and paste the About single, and we're going to change the word single to Colin. That'd be my name. So I'm now going to have my own page. So, and just to keep things simple, keep the word about, change the word single to the actual person's name, and tack in their last initial there if you've got like 5 Mikes and 4 Steves or whatever, just to keep it organized, right? But we need to create that page first before we link to it, so we know what the name of the page is. And finally, let me go back to my example here. I mentioned the light box where you can click and the image pops up. Well, in our demonstration or in our templates, the image we use for the individual here, well, is the same image we use for the light box. We just direct it off to pull up the same image just to keep things simple. However, you do have the option of using a larger image, like a different image. Only one, but you can still use a different image, and it can also be a lot larger. This is a pretty small 300 by 300 pixel image. You can have one that's like, 1000 by 800 pixels or whatever you want it to be. But I just wanted to let you know that you can use a different image here if you so desire. So let's get right into updating one of these slides or these member thumbs right here. I'll just pop back into Dreamweaver. I'm going to scooch on down the page. There's my, oops, that's the wrong one there because I opened up my own page. Let's go back to the About page here for a second where the Team Carousel is. Cool. I'm going to right click on the Team Carousel placeholder and select Open Library Item. So we need to replace the picture, change the member name, change the description. Then we're going to flip to Code View and we're going to update the link, the hyperlink. We're going to update the light box and then the social networking icons. Before I update the member name though, I just wanted to point something out. When I hover over, see the member name uses 2 different font styles, like a fat font for the name and a thin font here for member. Well, each template's going to be a little bit different, but we may mix font styles for the member name, just to make things a little bit different and current and cool. When you see this, what you're going to do when you update is you're going to click on each word individually. If you don't care, if you want everything to be one font type, without the different styles, just scrub over and type in the new name, just like that. But if you want to retain the formatting that you see there in the demo template, double click on each word, then type in the name, right? Then I'm going to go over here and double click on the word name and type in my last name. Okay, so now I've retained the formatting. If I flip over to Code View, you see how I have an H3 class right here, and in there I have my name, and then I have a span that my last name is wrapped in, and we're able to target the second word in the H3 by using a span. I'm not going to go into the details of how we do that. That's a whole other video. But needless to say, we are able to target certain pieces of text when we use span classes within other classes. So to retain that formatting, just edit one word at a time, right? Then we can go and change, just scrub over this, and it is a just a type in whatever, new job here. I'll take the caps lock off. Okay, done now. Okay, so that's where you type in your job description, right? And finally, we want to change the pic. Now, I already have a folder here, and I have a 300 by 300 pixel JPEG image that I'm going to be using, because if I double click on the picture, it tells me here in the select image source tool that my image size is 300 by 300. So I've created my new image, and as you see this, when we double click and open the select image source, I can just drag my image, my new image in, drop it here. I'm just going to replace it and click OK. And it's done for me. I don't have to fiddle around and break hyperlinks. And then what I'll do is I will see how the picture is selected. I'll keep it selected, or I'll click on it. I'll switch over to code view, and you see the see how I've got the image selected right here. It's still highlighted. What I need to do is copy the name of my image right here and go down to my light box, my fancy box, my light box, and replace the JPEG image name down here with my new one. Okay. Now, like I said, if you're going to be using a larger image for the light box, which is really a good idea because that's what they're really for, is I would suggest you go to the library folder, your components, and your carousels. Go to your team and then your images folder. Put your larger image in this folder here. And if you're not sure what image folder to actually put your larger image in, here's the cheat. Double click on your pic. It'll always go to the default images folder, or it should, right here. And if you use the drop down, it'll actually show you the path to where the images for this particular library component are stored. We have library, components, carousels, team, then images. Oh, that's where it goes, right? So that's how I figured out where to put my bigger picture, as I put it in here. Then when I change my lightbox image name, I just have to put the, sort of go over here, copy the name of the image and go over here, paste it in over top of the previous one, and I don't have to fiddle around with changing folder names and doing all that sort of stuff. It just keeps it clean and simple. Right. So that's our picture. We've changed our member name, we've changed our description, right? We've changed our lightbox image. Now we need to change the page that we want this particular team member's image to link to. Now, if you remember, a minute or 5 ago, we created the About column page. And this is why I suggest you keep the first About, the hyphen, then just change from single to the actual name of the person. Because we can now just find there's the About single. I just double click on the word single, and I type in my name, Colin. I'm done. Boom. So now when somebody clicks on that hyperlink icon, it'll take them to my page. Right? And finally, we have the 4 social networking icons. We hover over, here they are, Facebook, Twitter, boom. Now, I have other information about working with Facebook or font awesome icons and linking social networking icons, but needless to say, if you need to change the icon to a different icon, you would change it right here, or for Twitter here, or for Yelp, or for Google+, right? Put in the actual icon name from Font Awesome in those areas. And then don't forget to update the hyperlink right here to the actual Facebook page. So if this was for my website, it'd be facebook.com/i3dthemes, like that, because that's the name of the page that we would send to any of our visitors or our Facebook page. So whatever you're going to send in an email or whatever to your friends or family, hey, here's my Facebook page. This is, whatever link you would send, that's what you're going to paste in here for each of these, right? Each of these icons, or when you change it to a different social networking icon, paste that link in there. And really that's what it is. It's a complicated, easy to use component. And I say complicated because it does a lot of things. Easy to use because if you just sort of follow the steps, boom, 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 it may take a bit of time to update, but it's really flexible and it can really be some cool, it can really do some cool things for your team members or, group members, organization members. If you're like a sports team, this is a great little component here. You can have lots of good information about the people on your team. So have fun with it.